What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are chilling, dragon ass, as I like to say, at about $347.58 right now. Just chilling, since about the 12th of April. We've been in this range here, looking to break out. And the reason why I'm making this video is I expect some big things to come from Bitcoin Cash over the coming days, coming weeks. Right, we're going to see some moves to the upside that we haven't seen since November, that we haven't seen since back here. Right, I very much do believe that we are on the precipice of breaking out of this lower range that we've been in since really February of this year, and we're on our way to new highs, not just relative to this, but perhaps even new highs that are relative to last cycle's highs as well, right? This could be the ultimate path to a multi-$1,000 price for Bitcoin Cash or something near there, which means that we'd be going to either prices above 2,000 or even just below $2,000, right? Something in that kind of area there. We're at $347 now. The reason why I have such high hopes and expectations for Bitcoin Cash is that we are on the precipice of breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase, okay? And here's the deal, guys, right? We talk about it. I talk about this a lot, but I like to offer different perspectives, okay? Here's the deal. We can theorize all we want as to what this move is going to look like. We can theorize all we want. You know, we can throw our fibs on here from a high to a low and say, oh, the next fib targets are the 786, 886, so we would go to 875 to $1,100 to $1,200. Maybe that makes sense. At the most, $1,600. Maybe that makes sense. We can theorize it all we want from that. We could throw other fibs on there and get extensions instead of retracements from a high to a low. That would suggest 1,300, maybe 1,900, or even 2,600. We can do all that stuff, right? Use all the indicators we want to help validate this notion. Pull up the EMA ribbon on the monthly time frame. We look at this, right? And we're about to cross this to the bullish effect. We're closing this month green. We're about to get above this yellow line, and probably likely do continue to grow next month, confirming this as a bullish cross. There's all kinds of things that are bullish for Bitcoin Cash to continue to grow. But the point that I'm alluding to, the point that I'm trying to address here, is that we've already seen two cryptos, at least that I can think of, two cryptos that have been in multi-cycle consolidation phases this cycle break already, right? XRP on a monthly basis was in a 2-cycle consolidation phase. Now it did see higher highs, right? It actually saw growth where Bitcoin Cash has only seen consolidation, but Bitcoin Cash hard forked from the Genesis block, or from I don't, it's not BTC anymore. It's Bitcoin Cash. I don't know how to properly phrase that, right? It was always Bitcoin. It's got the same genesis as Bitcoin, but it hard forked Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash hard forked. I hate saying that Bitcoin Cash hard forked from Bitcoin because it makes it sound like it split off. That's not what happened. They split off. Bitcoin, BTC, is just as much of a hard fork of Bitcoin Cash as Bitcoin Cash is of BTC, right? That's why I always have a hard time talking about this. But what I'm trying to say is this thing's existed since 2017, 2018, as far as Bitcoin Cash by name goes. XRP, since that same time, was in a multi-cycle consolidation phase. Whenever it broke out of this multi-cycle consolidation phase, in 1 month's time, we had a 283% pump, right? From the low to the high overall, that was an 8x move whenever you were done with it. Almost a 9x move when you were done with it. XLM, we look at a monthly time frame, was in a multi-cycle consolidation phase. It still is. Hell, it still is. But maybe it is, maybe it isn't, you know, depending on how you want to look at it. Maybe it's in some kind of triangle here and it broke out. I don't know. But this fantastic move after consolidating for multiple cycles, whenever you finally broke out to the upside, and probably what you have going on ahead of you, it took you to your all-time high areas. And it was a massive pump as well. From the relative low here to the relative high, you saw an overall growth of about an 8.4x, right? 8.4x, almost a 9x. Bitcoin Cash, what are you going to do? I don't know. But from a low to a high, could you do an 8x? If you did, dude, we're talking about a $2,000 price or more, right? And again, we can theorize. We can come up with all the indicators that we want, all the fibs and all the different things that we want. But if we just look at the facts, if we look at what we actually can observe has happened, and not that these charts are even applicable, right? Bitcoin Cash is not the same as XRP or XLM. They're not. They're totally different projects, right? and different market caps too. XRP has a dramatically higher market cap than Bitcoin Cash does, right? XRP is sitting at a market cap of about 131 billion. Bitcoin Cash, if it'll let me get there, or XLM, I should say, is at 8.8 billion. Bitcoin Cash, I think, is a little bit lower than that. Okay, I was going to say it's a little lower, a little higher. 6.9 billion, right? Dramatically lower market cap. This thing could really see, if not prices at $2,000, above $2,000, if we just perform. I mean, XLM, XRP doesn't seem to matter what the market cap was. They still had the same kind of percentage pump overall, right? So if we were to see that same kind of percentage pump overall, we're talking about a $2,000 price. And that's the reason I'm making this video. I feel like I haven't been the best spoken in this video. But the whole point that I'm trying to address is Bitcoin Cash right now. I think it's about to break out. I think we're going to see some explosive stuff that we haven't seen in a while. I'm going to be making more videos on Bitcoin Cash regularly again because it's going to start being exciting again. We're not going to be in this multi-month just kind of sideways movement. I really do believe we're on the precipice of breaking out, and I expect over the weeks to come, we're going to see some groundbreaking behavior, not just breaking out of this bull flag, or not bull flag, this consolidation phase, not just flipping the ribbon on the monthly time frame to the upside, but breaking the structure of lower highs cycle after cycle. That's what we're going to do. I think by the end of this next move, we truly will be above this price. And I don't know how many people are expecting it in the crypto space right now, but I think once we do this, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but once Bitcoin Cash achieves this price level above these highs or even around these highs, people are going to look at it differently. It's broken out of its multi-cycle consolidation phase. People are going to look at it differently, right? At that point, we're looking for new all-time highs. But I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I have a lot of conviction, a lot of faith. Bitcoin Cash is not my biggest bag, but man, it's one of my biggest bags. It's my second biggest bag, and there's a reason for that. I really do believe that this thing has a lot of growth to go, and beyond all that, I believe it has longevity. I believe that it will be here for not just this cycle, not just next cycle, but the foreseeable future. For I can't see this thing going away, and I think it's only going to gain ground. And as people become more aware in the crypto space as to what this is, that it's not a scam Bitcoin, that it actually is more true to the white paper than BTC itself is. When people see, whenever people are aware of Roger Ver's story, or anybody, they become more aware of like the block wars, the block size wars, technically, not the block wars, block size wars. I think it might make people question more as to why they shouldn't invest in Bitcoin Cash, right? A lot of people, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I imagine that the average person who's in crypto right now, who's brand new, who doesn't know anything about the block size wars, they ask the OGs, why don't you talk about Bitcoin Cash? And they say, oh, it's because it's a scam, right? Like that's probably their answer. And they probably just go with that because they're new. They're not going to question the OGs or the people that have been in the crypto markets longer than them, right? They're just going to go with it. But they will start to question it when they see number go up, right? The OGs themselves will start to question it. And I think a lot of people are on that precipice right now. We're about to see things differently than we've ever seen before. I don't know how else to say it, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I really do believe that Bitcoin Cash is about to break out of this range from 347. The next target area, in case you're wondering, beyond just saying $2,000 or more, from a high to a low, I would expect that the next target area we go to over the coming days, coming weeks, would be around 446 to 477. So definitely breaking out of this area. It wouldn't surprise me if we actually even went right through that and we went through like the 786, 886 area, but time will tell. Certainly prices above $400, if not above $500, are in the very near future. And then in the very near future as well, we have prices that are going to be worth over $1,000, multiple thousands of dollars. And by the end of the cycle, we're looking for prices above 10K, if not higher. I very much do believe that Bitcoin Cash will see prices above 10K by the end of the cycle. And with that, I leave you. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. One last shout out to the Dragon Riders. If things go according to plan, I am expecting Bitcoin Cash to be a regular part of the, let's call it the itinerary on the C-Zar Gets Crypto channel again. It's just, it's been a boring bit of time. We've had some fun with some other coins that have been pumping in the meantime. I'm not married to any coin, man. I'm married to the idea of Bitcoin Cash. I want to see it succeed. I think the world needs Bitcoin Cash. I think the world needs Bitcoin Cash. I think we do, or coins like it. Something, maybe it could be XMR, it could be Xano, whatever. I'm not married to one thing. I'm married to my life's efforts and trying to do what's best for myself and for my family. That's what I'm married to. But as far as what I want or what I don't want, I would like it if Bitcoin Cash did everything it set out to be. I would like it if it gets the recognition that it deserves. And if that happens, well, we're gonna reap the rewards of that, my friends. We're gonna reap the rewards of that. But it doesn't matter. Life doesn't care about what you want, right? Things happen or they don't happen. And right now, we're in a position where things look ready to happen. Let's make them happen, because if not, the next video I make is going to be a little bit different. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.